In the land of ancient Mesopotamia, over 4 millennia ago, a story began to weave itself into the fabric of time. The tale of Gilgamesh, a king who was 2/3 god and 1/3 man, echoes through history. His mighty city, Uruk, stood unmatched in grandeur, surrounded by towering walls. In Uruk, the people revered their king, but also feared him, for Gilgamesh's strength was such that none could tame him. His boundless energy and restless spirit caused anguish and despair among his subjects, who pleaded with the gods for relief. Hearing the cries of the mortals, the gods convened. They resolved to create Enkidu, a being of clay, to match Gilgamesh's vitality. As strong and fierce as a wild animal, Enkidu was set upon the earth to divert the inexorable force of Gilgamesh. In the wilderness, Enkidu thrived. His heart was untamed, and he bounded with the gazelles. His strength allowed him to uproot trees with his bare hands, and his howl pierced the air. For a time, he knew nothing of the society that lay beyond his forest home. The gods sent Shamhat, a temple maiden, to find Enkidu. Her beauty was unmatched, and in her presence, the wild Mana Euro's heart softened. He began to change, becoming aware of himself and the wider world. The animals no longer approached him. He had become man. With Shamhat as his guide, Enkidu ventured to Uruk. The towering walls, the bustling markets, and the temples amazed him. He learned the ways of men. In this ancient city, he found a sense of belonging he did not know he sought. As days passed, Enkidu heard of Gilgamesh's tyranny. His noble heart could not stand idle. When Gilgamesh tried to assert his divine right at a wedding, Enkidu stood in his path, blocking him. An epic clash of titans ensued in the streets of Uruk. Their battle shook the foundations of Uruk. They grappled with the strength of lions, each proving a match for the other. Buildings crumbled and people fled. After a ferocious exchange, Gilgamesh finally threw Enkidu to the ground, but he had met his equal. In the dust of their battle, a deep bond was forged. Gilgamesh helped Enkidu to his feet and embraced him. They became as brothers, their spirits entwined. With Enkidu by his side, Gilgamesh found balance, and the city of Uruk prospered. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Gilgamesh and Enkidu, now inseparable, dreamed of grand adventures. They resolved to make their names eternal by facing the demon Humbaba, who guarded the cedar forest, a place where mortals dared not tread. Their journey led them through treacherous paths, fighting off creatures that lurked in the shadows. They scaled towering mountains and crossed roaring rivers, their determination unwavering. The wind whispered tales of old as they drew closer to the cedar forest. The cedar forest lay before them, a place of shadows and whispers. Ancient trees towered, their branches blocking out the sun. A sense of foreboding enveloped them as they ventured into the depths, where Humbaba ruled, his roars chilling their blood. Humbaba, the guardian demon, faced them. With gnarled limbs and twisted features, he thundered through the forest. Gilgamesh and Enkidu fought bravely. The earth quaked and the skies roared. Through their strength and unity, they defeated Humbaba and felled the sacred trees. Their victory resonated through the heavens and the earth. With cedar and laurels, Gilgamesh and Enkidu made their triumphant return to Uruk. The people hailed them as heroes. Their names were etched into the annals of time. However, the gods were not pleased with their audacity. In the heavens, the gods gathered once again, their anger clouding the skies. They decided that, for their arrogance and defiance, one must pay the price. The gods chose Enkidu, whose life thread would be cut short as retribution. As the days passed, Enkidu grew weaker. A shadow of his former self, his strength waned. Gilgamesh stayed by his side, his heart breaking to see his brother in such agony. The city of Uruk mourned, and the skies wept for Enkidu. Finally, Enkidu drew his last breath, his spirit returning to the earth. Gilgamesh, his soul shattered, cried out in anguish. The winds howled in sorrow. Enkidu, the wild man who found his humanity, was no more. His story mingled with the dust. In his grief, Gilgamesh embarked on a new quest, a quest for immortality. He could not bear the thought of being forgotten, of sharing Enkidu's fate. He crossed deserts and mountains, seeking the one who had escaped death, Utnapishtim, the survivor of the Great Flood. At the world's edge, Gilgamesh met Utnapishtim, an ageless being. Utnapishtim told Gilgamesh of the flood, and how the gods granted him eternal life. He explained that immortality was not for mortals. That life, fleeting as it is, holds beauty in its transience. With a heavy heart, Gilgamesh returned to Uruk. He focused on building his city and caring for his people. He etched his and Enkidu Euro's tale on tablets of stone. His story, bound to the earth, would echo through eternity. As the stars turned above the city of Uruk, the tale of Gilgamesh, Enkidu, and their search for meaning found its place among the constellations. A story of friendship, courage, loss, and acceptance became a timeless epic that still resonates today.